Okay, kiddos, this is going to be the first video for day 5 of Unit 4 in Algebra 2. This first video is just a walkthrough of Arduino, just because of the nature of public school. Uh, you guys, if you're watching this, are taking the STAR test, or you're involved in that in some kind of way, and you're sitting in the auditorium and you have to watch this and take notes accordingly. So anyway, here's a walkthrough through the do now. Since I'm not going to be there to help you, probably, I don't know. We'll see how the week goes, but just in case, right? So obviously here, right, we're working from the outside in. So I'm going to multiply by 5 on both sides. Okay, then I subtract 3. Then I divide by 3, and x obviously is 9. Okay, next example. This guy is quadratic because we're to the second power, but we are not in standard form. So looking here at number 3, that is in standard form. This guy here is not. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to subtract 9x and add 14 so that I have it equal to 0. Oops. Okay, so minus 9x, that gives me 0, plus 14 also gives me 0. That's where this 0 here is coming from. Okay, so if we just continue, this is factorable, right? A is equal to 1, so it's factorable because 14 has factors that will combine to give you negative 9. And I can just use filling in the blank. And I know factors of 14 that will combine to give me 9 are going to be negative 7 and negative 2, right? Negative 7 times negative 2 gives me positive 14. Negative 7 combines with negative 2 or adds with negative 2 to give me negative 9 here. Okay, so that means my two solutions, right? If I do this, x minus 7 equals 0, x minus 2 equals 0. My two solutions obviously are going to be x is equal to 7 and 2 respectively. Okay, next one. So this guy is not factorable. There are no factors of 5 that will ever combine to give me negative 2. I could use the quadratic formula, or I could complete the square. I'm going to complete the square because the quadratic formula is way overkill for this. Okay, and you're going to see we're going to get some complex solutions, right? So we haven't seen that in a while. So I'm going to go ahead and complete the square here. B is negative 2. Half of B is negative 1. So x minus 1 all squared minus half of b squared again. So 1 squared is 1. And then I still have the plus 5 equals 0. So I'm here now. Combine like terms. Okay, I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. Take the square root of both sides. Well, here, I didn't give myself enough room. Remember, every time you take a square root, you're always going to be plus or minus. Okay, and the square root of negative 4, right, that would be plus or minus 2i. Okay, and ultimately, if we're dealing with imaginary or complex numbers, the plus or minus doesn't really matter. But my two solutions, therefore, after I add 1 to both sides, are going to be 1 plus or minus 2i. Okay, so those would be my solutions on all of these problems. Okay, now we've got a little bit newer ones. Okay, so this guy here, we can solve just using common sense. 10 to what power will give me a million? Well, x is obviously equal to 6 because 10 to the 6th power is a 1 with 6 zeros after it, right? Okay, simple enough. What about this guy? This guy's not so obvious. We're going to have to rewrite this equation into exponential form, right? Into an exponential equation. So that's relatively easy to do. It just means we're going to say 4 to the 5th power equals x. Okay, we're rewriting it in its inverse form. So 4 to the 5th power equals x, right? And I have no idea what that is. 4 raised to the 5th power. I think I know what it is. Oh, sorry. 4 raised to the 5th power. I think I know what it is. Yeah. Okay, it's 1024. Okay, so x is simply equal to 1024. Okay, and last example in this video, pretty much the same idea, sort of, right? We can still kind of use common sense. So 5 to some power gives us 100 or 625. When we know 5 to the second power is 25, 5 to the third power is 125, 5 to the fourth power is 625. So I know x is going to be equal to 4. And if I chuck this in the calculator just to see, 5 raised to the fourth power, yep, 625. Okay, so that does it for this video. Like I said, all this was a brief walkthrough of the do now. If you have any questions over the do now or anything that I did here, obviously come and see me. You know where to find me, or shoot me an email. Goodbye.